Dubai confessions, Dubai confessions, Dubai confessions, Dubai, Dubai confessions, Dubai confessions, Dubai confessions, Dubai.
Welcome to
Dubai Confessions.
a little bit delayed, but today we have a special guest on, braeley, and we are going to be
Yay!
reading Am I the Asshole Confessions from reddit.com. Now, I'm not too excited, but I'm expecting some outlandish and pretty crazy things. What are you guys expecting?
So much.
Um, I'm expecting disturbing things, I think.
Well, yes, because it's Reddit.
Yeah. But
So I'm gonna go ahead
okay.
and share my
Okay.
screen.
We're never safe on Reddit.
No,
Never.
never.
If you wanna be my lover,
You
gotta
got
get
to with my friends.
okay. Okay. So, who wants to read first?
No,
Um,
Awfully quiet in here.
I'll read it.
Okay.
AITA for wait. Oh,
Am I that
am I
asshole?
the yeah. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my boss's kids eat my food? In February, I arrived in the US as an AU pair. If you don't know how the program works, basically you're hired as a nanny, but you're not paid a lot because the family gives you a place to stay and food, and they also pay for your studies. It was the only way I could afford to have the exchange experience, and I really wanted to take this chance, so I came. The two kids I take care of are great. We talk a lot, and I already learned so much from them. The problem is, it's with their parents. Since I arrived, they told me that I only allowed to eat the items from one cabinet, nothing else, and they will only replenish once a month. And they have cameras, and they will see if I try anything. I don't know if this is true, but I wouldn't steal anyway.
Ugh.
In my cabinet, they just put tortillas and a few canned vegetables, beans, and mac and cheese boxes. No snacks, drinks, cheese or meat, chicken, none of these. I talked with my agency here and they told me that the family is allowed to do as long as they give me food. Get the mouse away from these
Oh my God,
words.
I'm trying to be helpful.
My and I didn't try to match with another family and wait for these process or go back home. I don't want to give up, so I stayed. But the food but the food thing was really getting to me, so I started to use the money to put things in my cabinet. The problem it's that they are super healthy and they don't let their kids eat Chips Ahoy, Pringles, beef jerky, stuff like that. I wasn't
Beef
trying to eat
jerky
in
is
front of
healthy.
the kids on purpose, but I spend most of my day with them and I get hungry, so I eat in front of them, and they started to ask me to eat too. My money didn't doesn't my money doesn't get me far, very far. My parents have no way of helping me, and these snacks can last for days when I pace myself. So I just told them that they would need to ask their parents for snacks because I didn't have a lot to share. They did, and their mom blew up at me telling me that I had a lot of audacity denying their kids food inside her home, that if I ate in front of them, I had to share and that I couldn't bring any kind of junk into her home. I couldn't really say anything in fear of her kids dumping me on the streets, or what? Her just dumping me on the streets, but I told had I didn't have enough money to buy an amount that I could share with her kids or buy healthier and that I would really like to share mine if they shared theirs. I meant the food the family eats. I don't ask the kids for their snacks or food ever. She said I was lucky. She really needed a nanny and that's it. I told my parents about it and think she they think she's wrong, but that I am too for how I dealt with it and for taking it out on the kids when it's not their fault. My AU pair friends also think What? Oh,
I think I'm the asshole.
yeah. Also think I'm the asshole for denying food for to little kids. Am I the asshole?
Would I
And
be the asshole?
would I be the asshole if I kept buying junk even after she told me they weren't allowed in her home?
This is a complicated one.
I'm like kind of confused.
Yeah, but okay, there's like so many parts to this one. So I would say they're the asshole partially. There's like many parts because they're welcoming people to basically live in their home for a while and they're putting dietary limitations on them. And I don't know because it's not like
Right.
you're their parent. Like you can't control what someone eats. But
Right.
like they all bring up a fair argument, like I don't allow that in my house. And if you're gonna eat something, you should have it some to share with my kids, and they aren't
Uh-huh.
allowed to eat that. I feel like the parents are being like, this is very much like how to put it, prisoner. I don't
Right.
know. Like I
Yeah.
feel like the nanny is a prisoner. But what do
Right.
y'all think?
I think like um and for the first place in the first place, did wait, let me read back.
Let me know if you I need to scroll up.
Why wouldn't the parents like offer the nanny money? Or not money, food. Like I get that it's
Right.
probably like not the best food in the place, but like what? That's just basically making them starve to death
Right.
Well,
too. Like you should like also reward. Oh no, they did say that they were like
yeah,
they gave her money and stuff.
they
Or I
they
mean food and stuff.
food because the nanny had their own cabinet, but like they could only eat out of that cabinet, and the cabinet only had tortillas, a few canned vegetables, beans, mac and cheese, and no snacks, drinks, cheese, meat, chicken, or nothing else. So like it's
Right.
very lackluster. Like you would be, if like you were thrown in a jail cell, this is what they'd give you. Well, probably worse, but
Mm-hmm.
like that's why I'm saying like this is very prisoner behavior
Hmm.
considering they're doing work for you. I feel like you could let them eat what your house eats.
Right. I have nothing to add. I agree with y'all.
Okay, Brayley. Hi, I, 49 female, and my husband, 53 male, have a son, 18 male. He's been dating his girlfriend, 17 female, for 11 months. He was diagnosed with ADHD and on the spectrum, ASD. This is his first relationship. There are already several problems in the past. Last summer, during his 18th birthday party, he spent more than half the party locked in the bathroom with her. While she cried that his friends didn't care about her, nobody loves her. The whole party ended up revolving around her. A few weeks later, he was supposed to spend a few days. This is a new problem, by the way. He was supposed to spend a few days with his best childhood friend who moved away. She came with us to drop him off, but ended up crying in the garden, saying she couldn't be without him for 3 days. He left with us instead of staying. No problem. And so, oh my God. In September, he went to the same friend's 18th birthday party. She didn't go this time. We had a good time, returned at 4 a.m., so I let him sleep. At 9 a.m., she called me asking if he was on his way to see her. I didn't know he was supposed to. I said he was still resting as we returned very late. I went to see him as he called her back and she told him to get his ass right here or there'll be hell to pay. I got upset and told her he wasn't in any shape to drive. He left anyway, saying he was a piece of shit to upset her, then called later saying they'd had a big fight and he was thinking about breaking up. We texted back and forth. I tried to tell him she wasn't treating him with respect. Finally stayed with her, but she read our messages and said that she wouldn't speak to me unless I apologized for saying that. I gave in to avoid more drama. Another time, they picked me up after a work trip. I was sick and exhausted, and apparently I ignored her. It wasn't intentional, I was just out of it. She caused another scene, and I again apologized and explained as we were dealing with a lot health, finances, etc. We got more upset and said I was minimizing her feelings. There have been way more situations like this. Before I continue, I just want to say Her grammar, holy shit. Did she
Yeah,
drop out of school to take care of this child?
right.
Like, I am having to decipher it as I say it. Baby, what are you typing? You know, like, you can use Grammarly, correct? Okay. Most recently, our son finished his first year of college and was supposed to start a summer job at McDonald's. He applied himself, we didn't push him. The day before signing the contract, she broke down crying, saying they wouldn't see each other enough. She knew for 2 months he was going to work and never said anything. He went to comfort her, then texted us saying he wasn't going to take the job. I lost it. I blocked her on Instagram, and my husband told her son we wouldn't be giving him spending money if he chose not to work. He did take the job, but quit after a week. Now she won't come to our house unless I apologize again. I've refused. As a result, we barely see our son. He's stuck in the middle, unhappy, but doesn't know how to manage the situation. Conflict has always been hard for him. So, am I the asshole? Yes.
Um, I don't know.
Sounds kind of hard, low
It's
key.
Kind of,
mixed. It's so
kind
mixed.
of, kind of yes, but kind of no. Like it's, I don't know.
The girlfriend is a terrible person,
Yeah, like first
but
of all, girlfriend's a very control freak.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like cutting him off because like giving him no financial help because
Yeah,
and knowing that the girlfriend is controlling him, you know it's happening.
yeah,
Avoid conflict, avoid conflict. This is your child at the end of the day. You should be helping him through conflict, whatever this, whatever that. At your grown age, you shouldn't be blocking your son's girlfriend on Instagram because of family drama. First of
right,
all, you should be telling him, you and the dad should be having a sit down conversation with him, telling him your girlfriend is being very controlling and we don't like that. And mind you, they just turned 18, I'm assuming. Like, they're
yeah,
fresh adults. Like,
uh-huh,
it's not like he has his own family and shit. You need to sit down and tell him the way it is, like, what's happening. You've just let it slip too far out of your hands, and it's just kind of your fault. It's 50-50 between I also don't like how she's making him choose sides.
yeah,
And she stated herself, he's not good with dealing with conflict.
hmm,
So I would say 50% girlfriend is the asshole, 50% mom is the asshole, but they're both assholes.
and
The
also
son
it's
isn't at
so
all.
hard. It's so hard, like giving how young they are and how they're like fresh adults,
Yeah.
but also with him being on the spectrum and with ADHD and
Yeah,
stuff.
I forgot about that.
I'm sure that could be really hard too. Like, I don't know.
All this
That's not,
conflict. Ooh.
yeah, I'm sure that's stressful for him. Like, the mom has to take that in consideration, the girlfriend also.
And it doesn't sound like
Mm-hmm.
neither of them are, and they're just trying to put themselves, they're
Yeah,
trying
they
to put
are.
their relationship
Yeah,
with
they
him
just both seem
first.
like very selfish.
Yes.
Yeah, I
But
don't
they
like it at all.
definitely need to be putting him first.
Am I the asshole for distancing myself from my son after I found out he's. Ugh. Before you judge, please read everything. I kept it short. I am not blaming him for this. Yesterday, my son, 16 male, confessed to me and my wife that he is. My wife was counseling him, telling him it's okay and that we will love him no matter what. But I was just speechless. I know it's not his fault. He is gay, and I definitely don't hate him for it. But at that moment, I just felt like my heart dropped down into my stomach. I never imagined my son, the person who would inherit my family's name, the man who I raised from a child to be a man, would turn out gay. My son realized I was not okay with this based on my reaction, and it upset him even more. He kept insisting for me to say something, but I just couldn't. I left the house and let my wife handle this. When I returned home, my wife acted extremely cold with me and told me that she will not be talking to me until I go to my son's room and apologize. I told her that I am still upset about this situation and will talk to him once I feel better. I know I shouldn't have reacted like that, but it was difficult to control my feelings. Now that you guys read everything, do you guys still think I'm the asshole here?
Mm.
Well, yes.
Well, yes. Just because, like, actually, there's no
Mm.
just because. Yes.
So,
There's no elaborating. It's literally just yes.
You can't even exp it's right there. Everything you wrote is
Yeah,
yes.
everything is right
You're
there, baby.
the asshole. Maybe you're the asshole.
Let me make my thing bigger.
That's what she said.
Um,
Make my thing boo.
I can't really say too much too loud because my mom is like right there. Anyways, I might be the here, but and will accept my judgment. I grew up in a big household where all food and leftovers were fair game, even when I became old enough to buy my own food. To combat this, I started absolutely drowning my food in lemon juice. I could tolerate the taste and even grew to like it. No one would touch my prepared food or leftovers. It's a habit I've carried well into adulthood. I recently went on a large trip with some girlfriends, and the Airbnb and excursions are all evenly split. Food is paid for by ourselves because some people have special spe whatever, spitality. I don't know.
Specialty.
Oh, specialty.
Baby.
I don't got my glasses
Baby.
on.
Fatality.
Spitality. I can't read. Hold on. Special. Wait. What is
Specialty.
it? Specialty? Specialty allergies or food. We have been going out to dinner the last few nights. I always ask for extra lemons at the table and soak my food before eating. After a couple days into the trip, one of the girls complained at breakfast that I was making food inedible to other people. This was news to me since the only food I was lemoning was my restaurant leftovers that I would eat the next day. What apparently had been happening since the first night was one of the girls stays up later than us and would eat or pick at any leftovers, disregarding the names on on the containers. After 2 times trying my food on separate occasions, she realized what I was doing and was pissed. I said she shouldn't be eating others' foods that were communal. Excuse me. And she said, well, it's just how the
Going
rest
on.
of us feel. No one else at the table said anything, and breakfast was tense. Later, while getting ready to go out, the other girls, one by one, told me that they didn't like their leftovers being eaten and were glad I said something, but didn't want oh, tensions going forward. That night at dinner, I purposely limited my food again. The complainer made an angry noise and stormed off to the bathroom. I didn't say anything for the rest of our dinner continued normally without her until she came back out sniffling before we left the restaurant. She gave me dirty looks the whole ride back. I'm is exasperated by the nonsense drama, but maybe I am being a jerk. Am I the asshole for
This
sour?
has to be bait because you you before submitting
Bro.
this, you already knew you weren't the asshole. Hello.
Yeah, this is
Baby,
kind of
if you like lemon, you like
big.
lemon.
But
Right.
like why would
But
first of all,
I
this
would have
seems
gotten on
fake.
I would have gotten onto her for eating the food in the first place.
Baby, it's the
Like
Yeah.
worst, that
if you
bitch.
don't like what I don't like, then don't eat it and and stop eating it and don't say anything. Or maybe you shouldn't have eaten the food in the first place.
But I
Yeah,
really
it's
feel
not
like
like
this
it's
is
her
fake.
Fatty
food.
breath. You fatty. Oh my
Because
God.
This is the
who
weirdest.
thinks to do that? Drench their food in lemon?
Well,
Um,
I don't know.
but
That's so weird.
I feel like this is just bait because like
Yeah.
you already knew the answer before you asked. Like typing this, you were like, yeah, I did it. I did that. That wasn't a big one.
Right.
Oh Lord.
Okay. So I am Catholic. My fiance comes from a
Well, you
Muslim.
need to read the title, girl.
Oh, what is it?
Would I be the asshole?
Would I be the asshole if I served alcohol at my wedding despite my fiance? So I am Catholic and my fiance comes from a Muslim family. We are getting married soon, and my mother called me asking what to tell the venue about drinks. Since his family obviously doesn't drink and mine do, I told her that they should both have alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks at separate tables. I thought this would be a fair compromise since there would be an option for everyone regardless if they want a drink or not. When both of us got home from work, I told my fiance about what I told my mom, and to my surprise, he got quite annoyed at me and told me that no alcohol should be served at the wedding period. I was kind of confused since we had discussed it briefly a while ago, and he was okay with the idea of both non-alcoholic and alcoholic drinks being served. But he told me that his mother would be pissed if he saw alcohol being served at his wedding. I kind of saw this coming since his mother had been calling him more and more as the wedding got closer and had been asking for details about the wedding and even tried to uh, dictate the dress I would wear even though I had already chosen mine. My fiance told me we should just not serve any alcohol to avoid upsetting his mother even more upset to make it fair on his family who don't drink and maybe don't want to be near alcohol. I told him that's not fair on my family and me who do want alcohol and said we're crazy if we can't enjoy a ceremony without alcohol. I understand his point and still want my family to enjoy themselves and have fun at the wedding. I understand that it is possible while having zero alcohol wedding that I know many people will be looking forward at the aspect of the party. And frankly speaking, the vibe probably won't be the same without it. I honestly didn't expect my husband to be so opposed to it since he himself drinks and serving something food and nothing with pork anyways. Personally, I think catering to both sides would be the best option, but I may be being unfair and I'd appreciate some insight. Edit, just to clarify for those who are talking about interfaith marriage, neither me or my fiance are religious. In particular, we do come from a Catholic Muslim families. I'm Irish and we live in Ireland. His family is from Pakistan. About blah blah blah. Anyways,
I feel like the
Okay.
comment she made at the end of the edit, which you didn't read, was out of about 100-ish people attending around Tim will be in his family. I feel like that was really fucking rude and inconsiderate. First of all, you're the asshole completely because you is your wedding, yes, but it's his wedding too, and it's his wedding just as much as it is yours. And whatever. Weddings are like big family events. Like a new person is being introduced to each family. If his family is very religious and would not like alcohol at the event at all because it's against their religion, you should respect
no,
that.
they said that they're not religious.
Yeah,
It's his
they aren't
Well,
religious,
they
but he said in the
well
story his parents wouldn't like that.
well they said that they would serve alcoholic and non-alcoholic.
yeah,
Like
and
they have to compromise. It can't just be one-sided. And she was willing to compromise and he wasn't willing. It's I don't think that she's in the wrong.
yeah,
Thing
me.
is, the his family would be upset if there was alcohol at all at the wedding because it's against their religion, and it would just feel like I don't know.
But her family would be bummed too. I don't know. I just think that the best thing would be the compromise and his parents wouldn't have to get over it. Because, and I wouldn't feel this way if she wasn't already talking about how his mom has been trying to dictate the entire thing about like
Oh,
her dress that she's wearing and stuff
oh,
like that.
Yeah, and
I
Yeah,
didn't
also
notice that.
he did
it
say
said, and even tried to dictate the dress I would wear even though I had already chosen mine.
Wait, that actually
But
changes my
yeah, because it
opinion a
also
lot.
seems more about the mom than it is the fiance because he said at first like they would allow alcohol, but it's
Mhm.
more
With
about
no
the mom.
bias, Um, I would initially say you're the asshole, but after like Brayley told me that everything was being dictated by the
Mhm.
mother, I'm definitely more like maybe the compromise was the right thing to do because it's
Yeah.
you, like I said earlier, it's you and your fiance's wedding, not the mother's.
No,
It should be between
exactly.
y'all.
And
If you
like,
don't approve of something, say something.
yeah, and he doesn't need to be worrying about his family since when they
Yeah.
get married, he is going to have his own family and he's not gonna have to Like he doesn't need to worry about his family anymore as
Well,
he's starting his own.
I don't I don't approve of that comment. You're the
Well,
asshole. Maybe you're the asshole. The secret third option, Brayley's the asshole.
mm, well, like his parents shouldn't have to get over it because his mom was already trying to dictate the entire thing.
Yeah, I don't
So I
like that.
think she was just trying to get it more her way.
Yeah, if it was like strictly a religious thing, like I thought it was, I would definitely say you're the asshole. But knowing mom's a control freak
Yeah,
definitely changes my opinion a lot. I would
yeah.
say kind of the asshole.
I would say no. I would say more of him and his mom than her because she was willing to compromise and he wasn't.
First grade ball.
First
Yeah.
grade ball, what do you think?
Um, I think that the girl is not in the wrong, and I don't think the fiance is either, because like I feel like, in my opinion, the fiance should mostly side with the wife more than the
Yeah,
mother,
I
because
completely
now that
agree.
now that he's older, he can make his own decisions, and his
exactly.
first decision at first was to compromise.
Who wants to read?
Maybe it's
Am
real
I the
quiet.
asshole for
Like,
skipping on Mother's Day? My mother passed away when I was in my early 20s. I met my future wife a few years later. Her mother passed away 1 year later. Her father, 70 male, remarried last year. His new wife, 66 female, is upset that neither my wife nor I spent Mother's Day with her and her adult children slash grandchildren. She has her own children to celebrate with. Instead, we visited our respective mothers' final resting places. Are we the a-holes for skipping this event?
note
Definitely
agree.
not. Definitely not.
Hmm.
Because, like, what?
No, not
You've
at all. That's not
you've
your mother,
known
and that's not hers.
Right.
you've known your dad for what, 70 years? No, not 70 years, the freak. Like, I don't know how old you are. Like, I don't know. What, for 50 something years? And this lady comes in literally a year ago, and
Yeah.
you're just gonna expect her, like, she's basically your grandma.
Yes. Like
Old
you
enough
go
to
spend
be.
time with your mother.
Right. She's
This is
basically your grandma.
crazy. So definitely not the asshole
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
at all.
Like, she didn't birth you, like, out of her,
For
I
you,
don't know,
my heart. For you, my heart.
wrinkly old coochie.
Mm.
Okay, guys, this was Reddit not confessions. Am I the asshole? And clearly I think most of these aren't. And um yeah, what do you guys say?
Mind you, you can
Most-
leave comments on Spotify now. So I would use it if I were you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. But anyways, this we had fun. Um please drop your confessions. Um
Please.
please.
Please, we need more confessions, guys.
Yes.
We're on Reddit. We're scraping the
Okay, I will
bottom of
in
the
just uno
barrel.
momento.
Dubai confessions, Dubai confessions, Dubai
Cut that out, that's
confessions,
my bad.
Dubai, Dubai
Oh,
confessions, Dubai confessions, Dubai confessions, Dubai.